I'm standing on 8 Mile Road in Detroit. Most people think of this strip as a line between city and suburbs, rich and poor, black and white. But if I zoom out, way out, 8 Mile is actually part of one giant measuring stick that helped map the American Midwest. Back in the early 1800s, when the U.S. was carving up the Northwest Territory, surveyors needed a baseline to lay out townships and roads. In Michigan, that line became the Michigan Baseline, straight across the state, an east-west backbone. Detroit built up near it, and the road along that line, that's 8 Mile. Here's the wild part. Follow that baseline west, across Lake Michigan, and you're basically tracing the same line that marks the border between Wisconsin and Illinois. It's not perfectly aligned. Early survey tools were good, not perfect, but it's close enough that you can see the plan. A single idea, draw a line, measure the land, ripples across states. Step outside Detroit's orbit, and the road riding this line is often literally called Baseline Road. It's a reminder that what feels like just another street is actually woven into a grid older than most towns on it. But 8 Mile didn't become famous because of survey markers. It became a symbol because of people, politics, and a sentence. January 1974. Detroit inaugurates its first black mayor, Coleman Young. The city's in a crisis. Crime, corruption, racial tension, all of it boiling. In his speech, Young lays down a line. I issue a warning to all those pushers, to all rip-off artists, to all muggers. It's time to leave Detroit. Hit 8 Mile Road. What he meant was classic new sheriff in town. Criminals, get out. But many white suburbanites north of 8 Mile heard something else. That he was pushing Detroit's problems into their neighborhoods. One line, two interpretations, decades of fallout. From then on, 8 Mile wasn't just a road, it was a psychological border. Majority black city on one side, mostly white suburbs on the other. Young spent 20 years trying to govern across that divide, fighting it and navigating it at the same time. And then came the spotlight. Eminem turned 8 Mile into global shorthand for grit, talent, and the climb out of the margins. The music and the movie layered a personal story onto a political fault line, cementing the myth. So yeah, 8 Mile is a boundary, but it's also a baseline, an artifact of how the Midwest was measured, how cities were drawn, and how one sentence can redraw maps in our minds. Look at a map, trace that line west to the Wisconsin-Illinois border, and you'll see it. A straight idea running through messy human history, a road that started as a surveyor's tool and became a symbol.